Hey guys, Arm&Gun here with another upgrading guns video. Real quick, previous Pimp My Gun contestants, the 416 CAD clone, the PWS, Diablo. Today we're doing something a little different. No, not the SIG Rattler. Soon, I promise, soon we will do the upgrading the SIG Rattler, but I'm waiting for a few more parts. So today we're doing the Mini Rattler by SIG. This gun was a game changer in the PCC world. However, it wasn't hitting any home runs just yet, but we'll get it there. We'll get it game ready in just a second. The SIG MPX, this is the 8-inch, and I've already got my #1 upgrade done on this thing. If you have an MPX factory out of the box, do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. Change out that charging handle. This is the Raptor by Radian, and it is night and day better. It makes this gun way better. The factory is just basically a throwaway. The nubs aren't wide enough to clear any of the stocks, and it's just a pain to use. For me, the charging handle is basically the way I connect with the gun first, and for me it's got to be good, and Radian is my favorite, honestly. So that's first, and I've already done it because I couldn't even bring myself to take it out. So I didn't take the factory one out. I usually do that for you guys. I didn't today. Next up, well, we got a whole bunch of fun stuff here. We got a different stock. We're gonna put in a different optic. Same mags. Lancer does a good job with the mags. There's definitely no reason to go away from those, though Magpul does make a cheaper version for you guys. We've also got the factory sights. We're gonna ditch these for actually the SIG Rattler takeoffs. Where's my handguard here? The SIG Rattler, SIG's a new, maybe low profile backup sights. Are actually really good, guys. Their old ones, these chonky boys, are basically just throwaways. Again, I'm not digging those. We're gonna throw in a CMC trigger. You can do any AR trigger. There's a bit of a disclaimer. They're not gonna honor any warranty because the SIG MPX has an interesting hammer, and there are SIG MPX specific triggers, but I'm not really afraid to run one of these guys. I ran one of my last MPX and it ran great. So just point of reference there. I had an MPX a couple years ago, sold it, regretted it, got another one. So that, and then of course, we're gonna get rid of this 8-inch barrel and factory flash hider and throw in a little shorty with a Lantac Dragon. This thing is a ton of fun, and the gun pretty much stays still when you're shooting with that. That break just takes all the recoil out of already really soft shooting 9mm PC, which is because it fires from a locked breech. It's not simply a blowback. It's got a unique operating system, and it's also piston. So there's a couple things working for it in that regard. But guys, that's it. Also, we're gonna ditch that old school Mlok key mod for some new Mlok. And I got a little HookStop by AeroKnox on the front handguard here. This is also a great piece of kit. And before I forget, I've also got a drum mag from F5. And for the grip, we're actually gonna toss on the Rattler because, well, I kind of call this the Mini Rattler, and I put the sights on. I've got the stock on right now from the Rattler, but that's gonna go. I thought, well, let's get the grip on there as well. It'll be really a cool little time. So let's start jumping into all these upgrades. All right, jumping into the MPX. Again, first things first, literally toss the factory charging handle. It belongs in the garbage. Now, next up, let's, well, what do we want to do? Let's get the stock off. Let's start getting stuff off the gun, then we'll throw stuff back on it. And I'm gonna do this really quickly so that I'm not dragging this video out. Also, really quickly, I've already been handling this gun a lot, but let's just prove it clear and check that box. Grips off, you got your little D10 springs in there, so just keep track of those. All right, got that grip on there. Didn't want to have the springs popping around, so that's on there next. Now let's pop off the handguard and take out the barrel, and you guys will see this thing with that reinstalled. If you guys want to see the full barrel removal and swapping procedure, I got a previous video. The previous video to this one goes over all of that in detail, so guys, just check out that up there. Oh boy, here we go. 4.5-inch barrel outfitted with a Lantac Dragon. Again, the MPX has a proprietary muzzle thread, so only certain devices are going to work. Not every 1/2x30 or 1/2x28 9mm muzzle device out there is going to work for you. So look for SIG MPX specific muzzle devices, the Lantac Dragon being one of the coolest out there for the time being. And you can even throw a BMD, a blast mitigation device, from these guys on there as well. I don't have one. I kind of wish I do, because that would have just really finished off this look. Next up, let's throw the handguard on. This is super quick. You just line up the handguard. This one's a Midwest Industries with these rails on the upper receiver. Slide that on home, and then that links up with the front takedown pin here through this cool little pin. Very handy. Link that in. Grab your lower. Actually, we're gonna leave the lower for now. We're gonna put the trigger in there. So we're gonna come back in a second. Hoorah! So we got our CMC trigger in there, looking super fine. And the pins that come with it too, they're an upgrade. Looking good. It took me a little bit more than a minute. I forgot that to do the drop-in trigger, you also need to pull off the grip again, which I just did, and pull off the safety and then get it all in there and going. But overall, not bad. Again, just get the proper punches and you're gonna have yourselves a much better time. Now this upper. Oh man, this upper is gorgeous. We just gotta throw our rear sight, our rear SIG sight on there, and then we'll be in business. And voila, just like that, looking great. So with this done, let's get our upper on our lower, and then we'll finish this build off. And boom diggity. Got our upper, got our lower. We are in business, and with a mighty fine trigger this time. Let's get the stock on here, and that'll be the next thing. All right, guys, stock swaps on the MPX MCX series are super simple thanks to this pick rail stock interface system. Really like that. Just get the stock on there with the clamp and then tighten down with the appropriate, in this case, I think it's a Torx T25. We'll do it. Lock her down, and that's all there is to it. Guys, there you have the SIG MPX KSBR kitted out with an AimPoint T1 in the Kinetic Development Group Sidelok mount. Really, really handy system. Just like boom off, boom on. It's supposed to maintain zero quite well. I use it on a ton of my builds and in a lot of my shooting videos because it's so freaking handy. But here we got it with a standard Lancer 30 rounder. Ambi bolt release, always a favorite. And then again with the F5 manufacturing 50 round drum. Oh, this thing is all kinds of cool. Look at that. Look at that, guys. That is your upgraded SIG MPX. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's show. We will be bringing more back real soon with some more fun gun videos. I'm gonna do a shooting video on this thing before too long. Give me probably a month or 6 weeks or something like that, but we're gonna get it out there for you guys. This thing is just, I can't stop playing with this. I like the Rattler grip on here too. Let me know in the comments below what you think of that Rattler grip, but I think it is pretty darn fine. And I'm sure more than a few of you guys are gonna yell at me for using a factory AR-15 drop-in trigger, but hey guys, my gun, if I wreck something, I'm not afraid to replace it. I do like the single stage flat-faced 3.5 pound trigger that CMC does. But yeah, guys, that's the thing. Again, Raptor all the things, especially the MPXs. Thanks a ton, guys. Arm&Gun out. Factory trigger is pretty meh, but this aftermarket. Ooh. Ooh. And this thing earned a bit of time off. Ah, you did good, kid. Pimp My Gun Hall of Fame.